Hello and a very sunny welcome to Just Ride Bikes. I'm David and this is a brand new SRAM Red XPLR gravel bike group set. The American company's latest offering in the gravel space, 1x13 speed with mountain bike transmission technology. And we also have brand new wheels and tyres, so loads to talk about, all built onto a lovely Canyon Grail CFR. I'm here in Austria, surrounded by amazing views, snow-capped mountains, and the weather is lovely. And over the next 3 days, we are riding the bike from here back to Munich in Germany, where I get a plane home. So let's dive in. So loads of details to share with you, and perhaps a big one straight off the bat is the fact it's now a 13-speed group set, 1x13. But reassuringly, the chain is the same as 12-speed Red Access and the current XPLR group set. So the cassette is actually wider than 12-speed and the spacing between the sprockets is actually the same. So any concerns around them squeezing 13 sprockets into a space of 12 haven't proven to be the case at all, as Campag did with Eccar. It's also a new cassette as well, the first red level, so much lighter than Force and Rival. We have a new gear ratio, so 10 up to 46, a change from the old 10-44. So the reason for going 13 speed is to give both the bigger range with that easier climbing gear, but maintain nice smooth cadence steps across the cassette, so no real big jumps between different sprockets on that cassette. There is only one cassette option, which is perhaps a shame. No 10-44 13 speed or a 10-48, perhaps just a 10-46. And then to make the new cassette work, we have a brand new rear derailleur, which inherits technology from their transmission mountain bike group set in the way it connects to the frame. And that does away with the weak link on a modern bicycle, the replaceable mech hanger. They are prone to bending, whether through transit or dropping the bike, and it can break as well, which are designed to do. But a weak link, they say, is much more robust in terms of impact resistance, and also allows much more precise shifting, because that weak link is moved out of the equation entirely. So a much more precise and much more secure interface between the rear derailleur and the frame as well. So it does look like the mountain bike transmission rear derailleur, but there are some key differences, and one is the fact it's been optimized for faster shifting, faster than transmission, which is optimized for shifting under load. This is designed to shift as fast as you want it, and they say it's about the same speed as current XPLR. We also have a much stronger spring clutch to offer better chain retention as well, just to ensure the chain doesn't drop off, and large oversized jockey wheels to improve chain efficiency. And the only obvious downside is the fact you need a frame with a UDH dropout, but lots of new bikes are coming out with that standard, like the Canyon Grail here, for example. But it does mean upgrading to this if you have an older bike, like my Specialized Crux, for example. You can't fit this new rear mech and cassette too. The new group set also aims to make installation far simpler as well. There are no adjustment screws because the new mounting interface means SRAM can control precisely where the rear derailleur is in relation to the cassette. So no more fiddling with high, low and V tension screws. SRAM has also worked to ensure the rear derailleur, which is a big chunk of money, can be fully serviced and damaged parts easily replaced. There's even a magic wheel which keeps the chain moving even if a stick jams into a low jockey wheel. Very clever indeed. Okay, so that is a lot of information to digest, so let's go for a ride and see how it performs. Our route began in the Tyrol region of Austria, surrounded by impressive snow-capped peaks, and started on some lovely smooth gravel tracks. So can you tell me about the route we're riding today?
Yeah, so today we go into the Karwendel Valley. The Karwendel is one of the highest peaks of Bavaria, so southern Germany. We are at the border between Austria and Germany, and it's a long climb but not that hard. And yeah, and then at the top there is the Karwendel Hütte, which is one of the most famous mountain huts in the area, and it's a natural park, so cars are not allowed. You can only come here with gravel or mountain bike or hiking. and yeah, you can see the beauty of the nature here.
Look at that view down there. And here we are, the first lunch stop. Much a big coffee stop, I think. We've only been riding about 20 kilometers and already I'm in love with Austria. The riding here is spectacular with just the most majestic mountain backdrop. Another place to add to your bucket list of riding destinations. After a very lovely, authentic Austrian lunch, we then bombed down the side of the mountain on an amazing, super rocky, technical trail that, if I'm honest with you, was definitely pushing a gravel bike with slick 40mm wide tyres to the limit. A mountain bike would definitely have been safer and probably much faster and more fun, but it goes to show how capable a gravel bike can be. And despite being a rapid gravel bike on fast, smooth trails, the Grail wouldn't be my first choice on such a trail. The geometry is far too conservative, the tyres not wide enough, and the ride is just really firm. But despite that, I had a great time and, importantly, didn't crash. That descent was pretty amazing. Lucky to get down in one piece, to be honest. Pretty hairy in places, really loose, really chunky rocks. Enjoying the view?
Yes, it's amazing.
Out of 10?
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, yeah. First time here in Austria? Or?
Well, first time with great weather.
Okay. The weather is amazing today. We're very lucky, aren't we?
It is. I think you come down here and then you realize when you look back, that's actually the view what I have.
Stunning, isn't it? And look who it is. None other than Ben Delaney, famous YouTuber.
You gotta sneak up on the bike, otherwise I'll get scared.
And on we continue with yet more miles of sublime gravel tracks through the mountains to enjoy. And when I say enjoy, I mean hang on for dear life. Some of the tracks were definitely pushing the limits of my riding talent, and the tyres on the bike super loose, super squirrely, but oh so much fun. This is not rubbish at all. Look at the view, mountains, the river, look how clear that water is. That is very different to UK sewage filled water. Cows over there with cowbells on. It's like riding through a postcard, absolutely stunning. Now that's what bikes are all about. Yes, bikes and shiny gadgets are fantastic, but at the end of the day, it's all about riding bikes. Just ride bikes, you might say. Bikes bring you to places like this, give you the opportunity to explore amazing trails and landscapes and meet amazing people as well. Well, good morning. Day 2 of our adventure across Austria into Germany. We stayed overnight in this lovely little place called Elm at 1270 meters. The mountain backdrop is just incredible, absolutely breathtaking views, and then lush green meadows, cows grazing. Somebody last night said it looks sort of fake. It's so the realism is off the scale. So very, very pretty indeed. Definitely recommend riding out here if you get a chance. One of the nicest, prettiest places I've ever been to in my life, and this is why I love bikes. Day 1 of this gravel expedition was off the scale good. So day 2 had a lot to live up to, and live up to it, it definitely would. And it showed how much landscapes can change as you rack the miles up, and the beauty of a gravel bike. The mountains replaced by hills, and the expansive view transformed into forest tracks as we made our way towards the German border. JP,
yes?
how are you enjoying Austria?
Oh yeah, it's all right, isn't it? I said it twice yesterday. It's the most beautiful place I've ever cycled to.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Same. On these mellower trails, the Canyon Grail, with its slick 40mm wide tyres, was much more at home. It's one hell of a fast gravel bike on these trails. The weight is low and the speed just remains high all the time. So that's apparently the most famous lake in the area. Pretty stunning, isn't it? I'm going to stay in a hotel down there somewhere. we have arrived at our destination. Next to this lovely, lovely lake. Time for ice cream, I reckon.
Huh?
Ice cream.
Gelato.
Gelato, yes. So day 2 done. We're now in Germany, and I'm going to dunk my feet in a beautiful lake. Right, Ben Delaney. What are the chances? Ow, ow, ow. Oh. After a long day riding, that feels amazing. And what a view. Pretty amazing. Very, very happy right now in my happy place. I wasn't expecting that at all. So yeah, day 2 been amazing. Much more mellow than day 1 through the forest. The gravel's still fast and still loose in places. So 1 more day to go. Right, day 3, we are rolling out through the lovely German countryside here. Smooth roads, well maintained cycle paths, a bit of gravel, and then into Munich and back to the airport and fly home. So let me share some of my impressions after riding this bike and the group set for the last 3 days over some simply sensational countryside, landscape, descents, climbs. Just been an amazing experience and a great showcase, a great way to experience this new product. So first impressions, well, very good indeed. Austria and Germany are spectacular, but more about the bike and the group set. So the hoods, the ergonomics are the same as the launch on Red Axis, a road bike group set, and work well here on a gravel bike. The brakes are super powerful and really light lever action as well, and one finger braking on descent when the bike is sliding, fishtailing all around, all over the place, makes life a lot easier. And then we have a new wide range cassette, which I really like, and it's a good smart move by SRAM. Since XPLR launched 2-3 years ago, I really like the gearing options. 1044 has worked really well for the riding I do, but there are some times when a bigger, easier gear would be nice, and I find myself wishing for a mullet eagle setup, but giving us a 46 sort of bridges a gap between the 2 cassettes. And while on paper 44 to 46 doesn't sound much, on the climbs we've been doing today, it makes quite a difference, and definitely helped me get up this monster of a climb with less suffering than I would have done if I'd had a 44 as my easier gear. And by going to 13 speed, they've maintained the same spread of gears right across the cassette and kept the gaps between the different gears to a minimum. On the riding we've been doing, road, gravel, steep climbs, fast descents, flat sections, I've not really experienced any issues with being between gears, I guess. But if you still want the biggest range possible, then the Eagle 1052 is still the way to go, with a bigger cassette and that mountain bike rear mech. But I think for a lot of people, and probably for the riding I do most of the time, the 1046 with a 40 up front might be the sweet spot. I had some concerns around shift speed because my experience of transmission on a mountain bike hasn't been amazing, but this doesn't seem to be slow at all. When I press the shift paddle, the gear change happens instantly, so I can't really say it feels any slower than the current XPLR, which I have in my own crux back home. So in some ways it's not a revolution. They've brought their newest road bike technology and their newest mountain bike technology to a single gravel bike group set, and 13 speed gives us that wider range of gear options, which I think is a smart move, and definitely show way more ambition than Shimano in the gravel space. So yeah, an interesting experience. Just like that, we are in Munich. Busy, busy. On a cycle path, good infrastructure. Cyclists everywhere though. Keep your eyes peeled. So we have arrived in Munich and there's some football going on, I think. Very noisy, very busy. How much do you think these bikes are worth here? So yes, the new XPLR group set is very impressive. Truth be told, I've always liked the XPLR group set. That's why I chose it for my own personal gravel bike, my Specialized Crux. It just works. And now, well, I like it a lot more. I was skeptical about the move to 13 speed, but SRAM might have won me over. The wider range cassette is the main takeaway, with easier climbing gears and no big jump between different ratios. And of course, doing away with the flimsy mech hanger is a good thing in my opinion. It will save me a fortune in replacement hangers. Plus, the new brakes and hoods make even more impact riding off-road. When you're hanging on for dear life, that one finger braking is fantastic. So yes, SRAM has nailed it with its new XPLR group set. Over to you, Shimano.